Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we have 6 lies America told me about Europe. I don't know what to expect from this video. Hey, we're gonna get straight to it, man. But before we start, if you haven't subscribed, come on, man, subscribe. Let's get straight to it. Come on.
Everybody, welcome back. International Carl doing another video for you. If this is your first time to my channel, please right now stop and hit the like button. Consider subscribing, and as always, hit me in the comment section, because those that have subscribed to my channel know that I'm always active in the comment section.
Yeah, this is my first time actually watching these videos. 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Now, this video, we're going to talk about a couple lies that the United States pushes into us as Americans growing up. And let's talk about it right now. Let's get to it right now. Lie number 1. This one is a funny one to me, because in the United States, it's always, I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're a Republican, I don't care if you're independent, I don't care where you're at on the political spectrum. You're always going to have a politician telling you that
they hate our freedoms, our freedom of religion, our freedom of speech, our freedom to vote and assemble and disagree with each other.
That's right. They hate us for our freedoms. Can you believe that? As if nowhere else in the world has any freedoms. Like Europe. You know, in Europe they act like if you come to Europe, there's just no freedoms. What freedoms do I not have here in Europe? You know, as these are Western democracies with Western values and culture that has been exported to the United States. And it's become its own thing. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but freedoms exist here. I'm still scratching my head. What freedom do you have in America that I don't have here? Let's talk about freedom of speech, for example. In America, you have freedom of speech. In the UK, for example, you don't have freedom of speech. What you do have is freedom of expression. Slight different tweak, but let's give you an example. In America, you can be as racist as you want to somebody. You can walk up to me, walk up to any black person and say the N-word all day long if you want. In the UK, you really couldn't do that, because at some point you will cross a fine line of inciting racial hatred. So if you define your freedoms based on your ability to call somebody an N-word or call some Asian American some type of offensive word, by all means, you can have that freedom. I don't need that freedom. But other people in America talk about it like freedom for guns. Ooh, guns, guns, guns. They want to take your guns. Well, let's see. Here in the UK, can you have guns? Yes. Can you have a rifle? Yes. Can you have a handgun? Yes. What does the Second Amendment say in the United States? It's highly regulated. So what is it here in the UK? Guess what? It's highly regulated. There's lots of regulations around what type of gun, where you have to store that gun, where you have to keep the ammunition, what do you have to do for the maintenance of that gun. Highly regulated. So you still have the freedom to have a gun. So if you define your freedoms as being able to have as many guns as you want in America, okay, fine, no argument. But I think that's a lie that they sell, that nobody here has any guns. Not true. Number 2, social housing is a bad thing. It's something that you're supposed to segregate from the rest of the population. So, for example, in America, especially in LA where I'm from, or Southern California where I'm from, social housing, Section 8. Well, that's usually in a separate side of the city, not being seen. I don't even know where it's at, because where I grew up was nothing but beautiful homes, single family homes, no social housing. Where here in the UK, just in Europe in general, it's all sprinkled around you. For example, here in the UK, I live in a beautiful big house, beautiful executive style estate. I have a nice car, but guess what? On this estate and on several new estates, they all have social housing, and they do things that are different in the United States, or that they do here in the UK, that they wouldn't do or they don't do in the United States. You can be on social housing, but guess what? You can partially own that house. So that way you can be on the track. So you can buy 10% of the home, 20% of the home.
Nah, that's very good. Because here, Section 8 or social housing, to put it into the term that he put it, it's it's not very good. It's not very good at all. It's like you like in the outskirts of things, like you're not in the best neighborhoods. But the way he mentioned it in the UK, it's like seems like there's no like there, you guys are together, like, and this is good. And he mentioned also that they help you purchase that home. This is good. It's very good. It's very different here from what I know, and from what I've heard. It's not like that out here. Yeah, it's not like that at all.
The home and try to get all the way up to 100% of the home like me or you do. So that's a different strategy that they do, so that social housing is good for everybody, because that way the kids get to interact with all people from all social and religious economic backgrounds. And you as an adult get to work and meet and mingle with people from all different backgrounds. I think the neighborhoods are better for it. They're safer for it. Less crime, because guess what? If you're in an executive style estate, well, guess what? You want to keep your home value high. You want to keep it nice and looking new. And that's going to put pressure on the social housing to also keep their house nice, keep the estate looking nice and new and fresh. So I think that's a myth. I think that's something that should be revisited in the United States. Number 3, in America, they teach you this, that somehow being a hard worker means coming in early, staying late, never taking a vacation, and definitely don't call in sick. That is like the biggest mistake you could ever make, faux pas you could make. I'll give you an example. When I was working for a large airframe manufacturer in the United States, I remember a friend of mine, we wanted to take 2 weeks off and go do something. Our managers looked at us like we were crazy because we wanted to have the audacity to take 2 weeks off. And mind you, we didn't take any days off prior to that. We just wanted to take 2 weeks off in a year so we could go do something. They were like, no, rejected, slim that down to a week. And I'm thinking, isn't it my time off to relax, to recharge my battery so I can come back to work? No.
Nah, that's so true though. I mean, requesting 2 weeks off, not many employer will give you that. Yeah, will give you that. Like, granted, some companies, they do give you those times off, but it's nothing like compared to the UK. From the videos I've watched about work-life balance in the UK, you guys just have it. It's just way better the way you guys have it. Like here, 2 weeks, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's definitely gonna be tough. But the way you guys have it, man, is way better. I'll say that for sure.
Now, I think minds and hearts have changed a little bit in the United States back from when I started working, back in the early 2000s, or mid-2000s, I should say. But that was a faux pas. Well, here in the United Kingdom and here in Europe, for example, it's encouraged to take time off. You get 20, 25 plus days off in mostly all European countries.
It's just crazy to me. Like, I know. It's not the first time I heard that. I've heard that, right? But every single time I hear this, it's like, bro, it's mind-blowing, but I still can't believe it. Like, 30 plus days off of work every year, that's crazy. But again, it's beautiful, it's wonderful.
In the European Union, you have to have 20 days off. So it's encouraged to take time off, because either you use it or you lose it. And for example, I think Sweden, if I can find the article, it's on the screen now. But if not, Sweden is actually doing a trial where they're reducing the work hours to 6 hours to see if it increases productivity, because employers are seeing that the employees are more rested and more focused when they come back to work. Number 4, America sells you this, that capitalism and consumerism go hand in glove. It's like this cycle. You have to work to buy, to work again to pay for what you buy, to buy some more stuff, to then work again, and go down this continuous loop of working to live. And in Europe, one of the things that I find, I think is a beauty and a benefit of working and living in Europe, is that there's more of a work-life balance. As I just talked about in point number 3, is that you have time off to actually do stuff. And you don't just have this endless working to consume. Don't get me wrong, we go on vacation, so we're consuming what I would call, we are consuming experiences, but we don't live to work, we work to live. And that is a benefit of living in Europe, and I think that is great. And I think the U.S. sells a lie to its people by telling them that you have to work hard to then buy stuff and never do anything. Number 5.
Yeah, I would agree to some extent here. Like in the U.S., like what they sell you is this the hustle culture. Like, bro, the hustle culture, the grind culture. It's like, bro, some people, they just work, and never take the time to relax, never take the time to, like, just chill a little bit. Take your time out with your family, talk to your family. Like, some people, they just work 7 days a week. Like, most people here, you'll find them, they have 2 jobs. Because grind culture is a big thing here, and grind culture could be good, but at the same time, it could be really bad also. Because like you feel less than if you see everybody just grinding 2 jobs, like going crazy with like talk about, I'm making this, I'm making that. 2 jobs, and you just working your one job, don't have no side hustle or nothing. And I don't know, for some people that could be like, that something that gets to them. But yeah, like it's not a healthy thing. Grind culture could be good, but it's also unhealthy to just work. You need time to you need time off, man. You need time off, you need time to relax and stuff like that.
Ties into the first one I said, but it really is on the Republican right side in America. They always preach, especially during the Obamacare era, 2012, was all about these death panels. They literally produced a video where they were throwing grandma off a cliff because of social medicine.
Make no mistake about it. President Obama and the Democrats who supported Obamacare began throwing seniors off the cliff back.
The evils of social medicine, that you were going to have death panels if you got sick. I mean, how ridiculous of a lie that is. I mean, it's a bold-faced lie. I've lived here 11, 12 years. I have yet to ever see a death panel. I have known some older people. I know some younger people.
I'm not sure what that is, honestly. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Myself, you can walk into any hospital in any country in Europe and there's not a single death penalty. What do you expect them to say? Oh, sorry, you had a heart attack last year, Mr. Carl, but since you had one last year, we're not going to treat you for this heart attack because the panel has refused your care. On a side note, you kind of already have that in America. You just have it through the insurance companies because guess what they do? Decide not to cover you. They say, it's a pre-existing condition. I don't think you can do that anymore, but they'll say that, or they'll find a way to deny coverage. They'll make it so high to cost to do it that you have to do it out of pocket. And guess what? Now you're bankrupt. So that loops right back to number 1. How are you free if you have to live with the pressure of going bankrupt and not being able to pay your bills? Because guess what? You have the audacity to break your hip, get sick. I don't know. You pick it. So those are the 5 things that I think that the United States lies or misleads its people on purpose to further whatever big business or whatever political agenda that they have to the people. I'm going to leave you with a bonus one, which is kind of strange if you look at it. Because number 6 is this. In America, every day, all students around the nation get up every morning and say the Pledge of Allegiance. You pledge yourself and align yourself to the United States flag and to the republic for which it stands. Now, that's not something that's common in Europe. In many Western countries, I don't know of any other Western country that makes its kids get up every morning. I do know of one, back in 1938, 1942-ish time, those kids used to get up and actually pledge allegiance to their flag and to their Führer. But I don't know if that's something we should necessarily be doing. Don't get me wrong, I love my country. I'm very patriotic about it. I love the 4th of July for all its. My country is never perfect, but I think it can get better. But that's mine. Hit me in the comments. Tell me what you think. And like always, click here to subscribe to the channel. And click right here, right there, to watch another one of my videos.
Yeah, this was a good video. Yeah, I mean, like there's a lot of stuff. The one that resonated with me the most is the ground culture, man. The ground culture here, I think, needs to be better, man. Like you can't teach work without having time to relax, without having time to settle down and enjoy the fruit of your labor, man. And that's why we work, man. We work not only to have a better life for ourselves, but to enjoy what we have built, to enjoy what we have worked for. And if we only working and not taking time to relax and enjoying a fruit of a labor, what's the point, man? What's the point? We human beings, we're not robots. We need time to relax. We need time to wind down and like chill a little bit. So thank you for this video. I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching with me. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.